Good day. I'm so overstimulated. I just spent a lot of time just breathing before doing this. But there's so many animals here. My living situation has changed in that there's a man living in here now. I'm just kidding. He's fun. But he has 2 dogs, so there's now 2 cats, 2 dogs. And it's really just testing my ability to surrender a bit. Right? Look, this dog is upset because I'm not giving it all my attention. That's another thing that's been pulling at me lately is like a lot of things needing my attention and then me feeling like pulled at. And I guess guilty, like I don't feel guilty, but it's like my system expects me to feel guilty or feel bad about it. But I'm like, I don't, but my body still is. And so I don't know. That's a little bit of what I have going on. And just generally speaking, there's a lot of just kind of dropping everything that was and reassessing, and not even necessarily putting force into reassessing, but just letting the reassessment process naturally happen, if that makes sense. I will not be able to do this with this dog. With that being said, you know, I'm kind of feeling into how I actually want to be showing up and what I want to be offering and trying to kind of fine tune the stuff I'm doing in a way that creates some sort of structure, which historically I've been a little bit averse to. But, you know, that's one of the things I'm also, it's like a little bit of a wounded masculine situation where I think that structure is going to inhibit my freedom when I'm actually getting to the point of realizing that I need it, and I need it in order to be free. Or that it would be helpful if I balanced out the flow in the structure. So, with that being said, I don't know what exactly that looks like yet. What I do know is that I am hosting, I'm doing a live on Patreon on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you can't make it, I think there's a way I'll be able to just like share the replay. But it's free. I want to start, what I wanted to do was change my Patreon to have, while I'm figuring out the structure, I wanted it to just be like, 1 tier, pay what you can, but that doesn't seem to be an option. So until then, we're going to be doing some more free stuff that's just like tips welcome. In addition to trying to figure out what exactly the rest of the tiers look like. So if you're in one of those other tiers, I don't think I'm open to suggestions right now. I was trying to decide if I'm open to that. Because, right, there's like one piece of the puzzle we're still missing a little bit. Plus, I'm going to be hosting more of the just like group work things that aren't necessarily on Patreon, that are just kind of the stuff we were talking about utilizing. Well, we're always using the underwater space. But yeah, leaning to more of that stuff and how does that fit into a tier and whatever, what have you. And I'm trying not to force it. But what I do know I need, and what I feel other people could need, is sort of just like a mid-month reset. And I thought about making this like a tier, but I was just like, no, I just want whoever, it's not like about, I just want whoever feels like they could use intentional time in like a safe space that we create to, it's just like intentional self-care, and all you have to do is be present and receive. It'll be less of like the normal work, I guess, and more of, I feel like just more light language and like whatever codes are most supportive to us, whatever adjustments are most supportive to us, whatever frequency healing, bringing frequency into this energetic space that we create. But yeah, I guess in my mind, it's just like get comfy, cozy, and just be in a state of like intentional self-care for yourself. So yeah, tell your friends. It is free. It'll be like cameras, I already said this. I don't think cameras can even be on, but it's still about the space itself. We'll be able to feel the energy of it. So yeah, that's mainly why I wanted to do this video. I guess I also just want to start seeing what else naturally comes through. Yeah, so let's see. And let's pray that our doggy friend cooperates. We want to talk about the changes in the air. For the month of November, there's a lot happening. It is so that individuals at a more rapid rate are expressing their truths. And in this expression of truth are releasing old paradigms that were within their energetic structures. They have accessed a new portion of their energetic grid. And this is allowing for them to have access to nodes of information that exist within their higher consciousness. OMG. I'm kind of mad I stopped it because now I'll have to edit these together, but I was seeing, like, another reason I'm stressed out is because, I don't live alone, which is fine, and it's offering me catalyst, right? Anyway, they're in the city and they're coming back, so I couldn't see when he said they'd be back, and so I just clicked on to see. We have 2 hours, but it's 111 miles away. Okay. That's all actually before we kind of bring it. Let's like take a couple deep breaths. I want this to kind of just be an energy update. But also, I want this to be, what I've set the intention for is that, my higher consciousness kind of starts to bring through stuff in a way that allows for me to see the structure of how we want to be of service, showing up, etc. So we'll just see what happens. Let's all just go ahead and imagine though, like, so my crown space is opening, my heart space is opening quite vehemently right now. So let's imagine like there's a gold light moving through the crown. And if you can't visualize things, that's okay. I'm not the best at visualizing either. It's more of just like a feeling. And if you can't feel it, just allow for me to say it, or you command it in your own system and it'll just happen. So there's a gold light moving through our crown. Allow for it to warm up your crown space and tingle, tingle, tingle. And it's going down into the heart chakra where it's slowly turning into that of pink, the upper heart chakra, unconditional love. And it's just like expanding this space out. As it's expanding out, I'm noticing kind of like yucky, anxious energy that had been present. It's kind of like bubbling up to the top. And it's moving down our central line, down into the Earth's core. There's rainbow light present now, It's harmonizing. So this rainbow light is sort of like playing a harp. The harp is being played in a particular way that is like for each person. I'm seeing the harp here, and it's made of rainbow light, and it's like playing particular notes to harmonize all of us. This is cool. Wow. To harmonize all of us into like a harmonious energetic structure, creating a space, which is interesting. I wasn't thinking we'd be doing like work. But every time we do something like this and I just open it up, there's more info that comes in that helps me be able to create a structure. So let's just see what happens, eh? Begin noticing how you are feeling. Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling anxious? Where do you feel energy in your body or in your field? What color is the energy that you are feeling? Can you assign an emotion to it? What does it look like? This is a practice of classic somatics that we are offering to you as a way to move through this time period in particular. Many of you are having the stuck or stagnant energy, the dissonant energy within your fields reflected back to you via your external reality in a potent way. It is important that you take time in every moment to simply notice how you are feeling. Okay, and what they're about to say, me included, is that like many of us know how to do this stuff, but the more we can make it a part of our programming to just like, right, like I'm getting frustrated by all these animals. So instead of me trying to change things or fixing, or instead of moving through it and being like, ugh, just saying, making it part of my programming to say, I am overstimulated by this. And just like taking a moment, I'm overstimulated by this. This doesn't feel good to me. That is what they're suggesting we're doing right now, and like programming that into our everyday moment to moment experience. And they're saying like snap of the fingers, like the change that alone will provide in assisting us to move through this time period is like astronomical. Our heart is really, really, really opening up. It's extending down into our solar plexus. They're talking about like high priestess energy, like intuition expanding. Okay, they're talking about doing that practice and what we're doing right now, noticing how we're feeling. Because there was this energy of like, you guys know how to do this and you act like, but most of you don't do it as frequently as you should be, or it's not a part of your actual practices. And if you feel personally attacked by that and you're like, I do that though, then that's not for you. That's okay. But they're talking about doing that like programming that into your everyday moment to moment experience increases your intuition, because it's building a connection between you and your feeling. How am I feeling right now? And setting that precedent of like multiple times throughout the day being like, I'm feeling like this. Like I'm feeling disorganized. I'm feeling frustrated that I am having a hard time knowing how to organize something. Like just in every moment saying it rather than these moments of like kind of force. And you guys know this, but again, they're saying we know this, but we don't practice it. So just giving examples so that it's clear to everyone what the suggestion is. They are coming in with a vacuum. I am feeling our like we sort of synced up our frequencies, and I'm feeling it especially connected in the heart space here. And they're bringing in a vacuum. I sort of associate this, well, they're bringing in a vacuum. It feels like we're going to do a little bit of a clearing for ourselves, okay? But the more that you can be noticing things that you're feeling in your system, the more they become available to be sucked up. It's kind of the energy of what's happening. So be present and don't reach for things. Allow for anything you're noticing or that you have been noticing to come up so that it can be kind of like cleared, sucked away. Usharatetai, arate sakra arate tiara arate sarate arate shikia arate sarate arate shiel arate arate sakra arate orate shiarate siarate tai orate shikia arate tarate siarate shiarate tarate arate arate shikia arate 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 shi arate sikia arate shi arate ta arate sika arate shi arate shi arate oroto sorate tishikia arate tai arate sarate tishi arate sarate orate shiki arate sarate ti arate shi arate So I'm seeing sort of like this chamber. I'm just going to describe and let's see if we can figure out what this is. On the outside of it, it was almost like a centrifuge, right? Or it's like I guess that would be my assumption, but I don't know the functionality of it yet. It's like a fan type thing with 3 propellers around the outside. I'm seeing that there, and then inside there's like a chamber. So this might have been like the vacuum they're showing me, like sucking stuff in, but let's see if they can show us more about what this was. So there are compartments inside it. So it is sort of like a centrifuge where it's separating energy based on density. But I'm seeing 3 compartments in particular. And they're sort of sorted by, like each density is associated with a different color. Interesting. It's sort of like correlated to our heart space, and I'm seeing 3 slots within our heart, and it's like an organization system of some kind. I'm not fully understanding. Can you bring clarity to what you're showing me? Each individual has compartments for different energies that they're moving through. It's almost like in priority order. I'm just going to say, based on, I wasn't getting clear visuals of it, but now based on what they're saying, here's what it feels like to me. They're talking about like, there are certain things within our field that, so they went through and like sucked up what they could. Then there are certain things that still need to be felt or experienced. So they're going to be coming up in the coming days, in the coming weeks. Segmented out in priority order for individuals to move through them at their own pace. They will be released and asked to be experienced over the coming weeks, months. But it's up to you, like how quickly or not quickly. There's no race, there's no rush to move through these things. So it's like a filing system. There are things that we've been holding on to, quote unquote, that are like ready to be released. And it's up to you when you choose to release them. They will naturally begin coming up, or you can sit down and intentionally release them in a more bulk setting through your own intention. And that, right, of course, is like, that's easier said than done for some people, but, okay. Okay, there's like a gold button right here in the middle. It's not necessarily only gold. It's like half gold, half silver. It's just like an old button that I can see. It's one of those things where like you could push it all the way in. The style probably doesn't matter. When you push it in, it's like scales come out. By scales, I mean like balance. Real quick. So should people be pushing this in, or what this feels like to me, you guys, is we are just learning together a little bit. This is a free video, so we're just kind of learning together, okay? Okay, what it's feeling like is that like, but what is it balancing for? What do you mean? Because what it's feeling like to me is that when you push it in, stuff can be released, and in its place is like higher light instead. So are we setting up that mechanism for that when they release those things, it's automatically replaced with higher light? Yes! Oh, ew. Okay. If we have that clear of a channel, can someone come through and speak to us? We are happy to come through and speak right now. Yes. Hello. Greetings. We have been waiting for the invitation. We are always available to communicate through you if that is what you wish, though typically you do not prefer this method. What we are doing in this moment is anchoring in a sense of balance within the interior system of the heart complex. Okay, now I'm seeing it like, you know, the other day in one of the videos we attached like an infinity symbol to up here. Now there's just like, I guess it's an infinity, but it's like a grid that's inside the heart space, and it allows for the flow just through the heart space itself. The other one was like the flow between the heart and the mind. This is just within the heart space itself. Please talk through me a little bit slower. Yes. What we are doing is allowing for a sense of consistency and balance to be experienced within each individual's like heart chamber, and like setting, okay, so it's like setting that up now and then ensuring that that is maintained. So okay, you can go back in. The files that you saw were segmented out by matter of density. And so, yeah, and so it's almost like when you allow for something or something to be released, like corresponding light will come in to like ensure that the heart flow stays balanced. Individuals will have the opportunity to release the segmented out density in the coming weeks through their external realities or through their own internal intention. They said arms up, so if everyone could put your arms up. Oh, we're at 20 minutes, holy. Have we created the structure yet? Or the balancing thing? They're saying each individual already has this. What we're doing is bringing attention to it. And like doing minor updates, adjustments to initiate the balance. Sorry, releasing some stuff. Should individuals be copying the movements I'm doing, or should they just keep their hands up? Let them move in a way that feels intuitive to them. If there is no intuitive movement, that is fine. Keep your hands up. If they gently allow themselves to move to other positions, allow that flow to occur. And what is this that we're doing right now? I'm saying these are just movement of energy through your collective field. It is enough, Kayla, for just you to be doing it, but it is enhanced by others participating. Shukra arate ti sarate ti krarate ti arate shiarate ti arate tarate sarate ti arate ti krarate shika arate ti arate sarate ti arate ti shikia arate ti arate sarate ti arate shiarate oroto torate ti arate sarate ti krarate ti arate shikia arate ti arate sikia arate ti oroto sorate shikia arate ti arate sarate shikia arate arate ti arate sarate ti shikia arate ti arate sarate ti arate shikia arate sarate ti shikia arate sarate ti arate sarate ti arate shikia arate sarate ti shi arate sarate ti arate sarate tirate 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 arate si arate ti arate shi arate si arate shi as alakra arate gra arate sarate tirate sa arate tishikia arate tirate tirate arate tirate arate sarate ti arate ti arate ti arate sarate tatarate tirate ti arate ti krarate tirate arate tirate arate sirate ash arate shirate tirate tirate arate tirate tirate arate tirate tirate arate ti arate tish salash arate arate ti krata arate ti arate shika arate sarate tirate arate sarate tirate arate ti arate 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 ti arate ti arate ti arate sharate sha salash sasha sasha sarash sarate Orotus orototorateti, arate sacra arateshia rateti, arate sarateti, arateti, arate sarateti, arateti, arata, arateti, shikiaka, arate saratetish, slash saratesha. Oratesha sarateshal, asesha sarate, aratetarate, arateta sarateti, aratetarate, arateti, 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 aratesharateti. Well, shoot, I'm now feeling like I was wasting a lot of time trying to figure out the details when we had actual kind of stuff to do. Harutu surutu surutu turiti arai arate arate arai. So there's a cleaning happening, a cleansing happening, like a freeing from certain energies, especially up here in the crown, up here in the top upper chakras. Arate arate tai arate tai arate tai orate tai arate tai arate tai arate tai orate tai arate tai arate tai arate tai oroto sorate tarate arate 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 shikia karate tatarate ti arate sarate ti orate ti arate ti sarate arate ti shika arate ti arate ta arate ti arate sarate shikra arate ti orate ti sikra arate shikia karate ti arate tata arate. Orete mbrate tia arate ti arate saka arate ti. Okay, hang on. Doing some corresponding stuff in the brain. Which hemisphere? In the right hemisphere of the brain. There's a call log of sorts of information that like filters how you interpret your reality. It helps you filter information in some way. Sorry, can you tell me? I'm just seeing this like mechanics type stuff, and can you tell us like what we're doing? There's a process of refinement occurring within the brain. This is always done after work to ensure equal balance between the various layers of the operating system. It is good to be in a state of receptivity for this. So there's the little box thing. It's expanding, opening, opening, opening. Balancing out the quadrants. It's my understanding there's only halves of the brain. Are there quadrants in the brain? Wait, let's look up. Are there quadrants in the brain? Brain quadrants. Maybe it was more like that. Oh, there are quadrants of the brain. So one quadrant is like logical, analytical facts. The other is like holistic, intuitive, integrating. The other is interpersonal, feeling-based, emotional. And then the last one is organized, sequential, planned, detailed. So balancing that out in some way. Is that for any particular reason? They're just saying it helps the nervous system to stay balanced, which helps with integration anytime we're doing work of some kind. If you can open your hands, like to signify receptivity. Organizing fact-based information. Oosh. You know what's interesting? I'd be curious to know what other people experienced. Right as we started doing this, my brain started singing, sure that we could find, like a song. But it was so funny how it just started slipping in and that song started playing. And it feels connected to like just what's available in my mental space. I don't know. I guess it was weird how it happened. I'm wondering if anyone else, if there's some sort of thing that started playing in your head. Okay, my phone ran out of storage. But what I was saying was, and then we'll wrap this up soon. What I was saying was it's like so much light coming into our brain space. Like, I'm just seeing like gray matter in the folds and stuff, and there's all this light coming in, almost to the point that it's like feels uncomfortable in my head. So I say this out loud so that you can kind of like imagine that. So it's going into like the tubing, the little, what are those veins? The tubing network of our brain, which I know there's a bunch of different ones, but it's the light is flooding into it. Okay, it's going all the way back down. It's going down our, I almost said umbilical cord. It's going down our spinal column, sitting at the base of the spine. They're saying synergy, 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 recharging, recharging, recharging. Grisa, T-T-T-E. Shh, 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 barateti, shi, arateti, arateta, yarututu, rateti. Grusso, rateti, mbreti, si, arate, arateti, arate, shiki, arateti. The time is now for each of you to step into your new chapters. It is available to you now And they're saying right foot, left foot, like we're going to walk into our new chapter together. So it's kind of like hand in hand, we're all arm in arm. And of course, we're each going to our own respective chapters, but like, again, we've talked about this before, it's in unity. There's something that is so much more powerful about it, us stepping into our new chapters together, that like allows it to, it's just more powerful. And so we're connecting arm in arm. We're wearing big black boots. At least I see. I'm wearing that. I'm just like seeing. Okay, that's unimportant. So let's check out the fashion. Okay, we're linked arm in arm. We're just going to take like, I guess, 5 steps forward together. No, 3. All right, ready? Step forward, left, right, left. And then we're going to kind of like swing and jump across this threshold and land feet together. Ready? Swing and jump across this threshold, land feet together. Graeri! Ah. I'm going to start making it visible so everyone can see the mudras they're doing, and if you feel called to do the mudras as well. I'm sure it's beneficial. Radiating light from each and every one of you. Creating an architecture of oneness, of unity. As you allow for each of your individual aspects to be expressed to its fullest degree. This is the new threshold that you cross over into. The allowance of purity, the allowance of true essence. This will look different for everyone. It's like the energetic space we cross over into isn't about a place. It's not about an external place. It's about a frequency that we stepped into together. This frequency is one of truth, one of unity. What the frick? So I think because we just stepped over and crossed over into that, there is some distant energy that has to be like expelled. It was just like created. It was like, whoa, I can't be here anymore. So releasing that out. If you feel like, push it out of you. Just saying, alleviating tension. Ah. I'm seeing Earth. Aggressa, yauratum, yara, yara, arre, yara, arre, yara, arre, yara, tata, yaroroto. Ushui. I'm still seeing Earth. We're in outer space. They're saying quantum effect in like someone's touching it and moving it. Dissolving timelines. So I think we're just dissolving some Earth timelines together. That feels, yes, because it's like quantum effect. Okay, so no biggie, you guys. You're just dissolving some Earth timelines for the collective. That's awesome. Okay, my heart's feeling more expansive now. We went, everything's feeling more expansive now. 1 + 1 = 17. Just kidding. That's how I feel. I feel like we just turned into geniuses. Okay. They're like, well, everyone does have their own unique genius, which is always what we are working to do, is assist people in feeling into, in embodying that of their own unique genius that they are bringing to the table, that they are incorporating into the reality around them. They're utilizing to make the world a better place, to help others step into the new Earth timeline. Now I'm still looking at Earth and they're saying frequency. Also, you guys, in that at some point, I had this like boop, where I think what I want to do is just have like one tier, and it's not pay what you can't. Like, I think people can do. I want it to be accessible to everyone, but also I want to be able to pay rent, and that's hard right now. And in some people, $5 is nothing. To some people, that's like, okay, that's my cap. And I think I'm going to look through the settings. I think there's a way where it can be different options of choose what feels good for you to pay. And I just trust that that'll be enough. And then also having some free stuff for people who, you just want to pay for one thing. I don't know. This is just other things that were popping into my mind. Changes are coming, guys. Until I kind of solidify, right? Because like I just want us to be doing these kind of like group things together, which are awesome. And then it feels like the Under the Ocean stuff is kind of a separate thing that I don't quite have a full grasp on. That might be like a whole other separate, not Patreon thing. We don't know yet, okay? Or it'll be a Patreon thing, and it'll be its own Patreon thing. I don't know. Tibre. This is really long. That's really what she said. Okay, anything else? I'm feeling something on our back. Hang on. The upper area right here. Something just like, it's a compartment opening up. It's from the upper back through the neck here. So kind of like the mouth of God chakra, but it's, again, it's like a chamber. We are opening up that chamber metaphorically. There's something inside. Okay, my brain's just being annoying. It was something, and then my brain was like, ooh, it's a golden snitch. I need to calm down. Sorry, what is this in there? I think this is a cliffhanger for us, because every time I try to get closer to see it, it gets blurry, or it like changes into different objects. My mouth just was covered, which makes me feel like it's a secret, maybe a cliffhanger. Maybe we'll go back into that next time. But why are you showing? We would like to revisit this at another time, as you have mentioned. Yeah, but this is really long. Okay. Well, let's like come back into the body. Shake it all, baby, now. Shake it all, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Now come on, babe. I just forgot where it was. I just blacked out. Okay. Come back to your body. Take 3 deep breaths. We are going to separate our energies because we did sync them up into one unified field frequency. So we're going to separate our energies now. It's like we're in a circle, right? Everyone on the count of 3 is going to take a step back. When we take a step back, it's like, so it's a gold unified field. When we take a step back, it's like shoop, shoop. And everyone's like goes back into their own vessel. So ready? 1, 2, 3, step back. And then there's blue protective sheaths in between everyone, just ensuring that our energy is our own. Okay, they're just saying no, that you are leaving here with optimized energy, maximized formations. Allowing you to rest comfy knowing that you are in a solid place with a solid foundation. This is going to assist you in moving forward on your paths through like the rest of this month. You guys know this wasn't the Sunday reset, right? Here's the deal. I'm just going to post this for free. All I wanted this to be, I didn't want it to be anything, but I did want to talk about Sunday. If you guys can come live on Sunday, awesome. I'm envisioning it'll be less stuff like that and more like quiet, calm, serene. Just kind of like reset energy, you know what I mean? Self-care energy. So if you want to come to that, tell your kids, tell your wives, tell your friends. I'm going to hang up. This is, it's been a long time. So thank you for joining. Love you. Goodbye.